our health, our environment,
Oh,
everything. But the
totally.
problem is the TTV doesn't require people to disclose it on the label.
There's definitely they've been pushing and pushing and for a for label um, notification on products in the wine. And frankly, if you've seen a wine label, on the back of the label, we have it's kind of focus thing, but we have very few little room on those labels, and we already have government warnings. We have massive amounts of regulations that we have to put. We have to put CACRV on it. We have to put appellations. We have to put alcohol. We have to put all sorts of things on the labels already. Really, there's no room for it, or else that's all the label's going to be. There's nothing going to be about the wine anymore. And I'm a proponent for putting food labeling on a wine if it has other ingredients. But I'm not a proponent for putting a label on a wine that has grapes as the ingredients. I mean, it's pretty ridiculous, to tell you the truth. So, yes, if a winery is doing additives, then those should be disclosed. But don't ask all the majority of the wineries that are not doing any additives at all to just have a big labeling about what goes into their wine, which is grapes. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I see.
But the government doesn't make sense most of the time anyway.
Complexado. But Jack, would you be up for putting like the non-GMO label on your wine?
I don't. Again, it's the same thing. It's that I'm not opposed to it. I don't think it's necessary. I think the customers that come to places like ours absolutely know that it's non-GMO. I mean, now, again, if the winery is using GMO products, then maybe they should say, those of you who are using it, then you should disclose it. But if you're not using it, then you shouldn't have to disclose. Then you shouldn't have to say it. And just it's the opposite. All the labeling's doing is creating more burden for the smaller producers. It's not creating burden for the larger guys who are doing all this stuff, but it's creating burden for the smaller guys. And what you should be doing is exactly the opposite, creating less burden for the guys who are doing the right thing and more burden for the people who are not. And so to me, it's kind of backwards. The whole process is backwards, as it is in so many cases when small business versus large business. And so, I mean, to me, it doesn't do anything. It's just the same thing as saying, like all our wines are organic, but I don't even say they're organic, because what do I have to do to say they're organic? I got to go and apply for an organic permit. I got to pay a lot more money. I got to have all this regulation. I got to have people coming in all the time, looking at all the vineyards, looking at the process. Our customers know that what we produce. I don't want to have to do more because I'm doing the right thing. Do you know what I mean? It's a different,
Yes.
just my philosophy. And so I don't even go about putting organic on my label, because everybody knows we're organic.
Yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense. Like the certification and all the application requirements.
Ridiculous. I don't need more government. I got permits in every single legal state that I'm in. I fight stuff continually. Right now, I'm in a big thing with New Jersey because they say that I've got to file corporate tax returns in New Jersey because I sell a few cases of wine there. I'm the only winery that I've found now that has been targeted for that, because it's just random, and because they say I have a nexus there, which I don't. Everybody knows I don't. I don't have any sales team there. I just have people who may come to my tasting room and order a case of wine. Now they want me to spend $10,000 a year to file corporate tax returns in New Jersey for a few $1,000s worth of income. It's ridiculous. So now I'm in a big battle with those guys. We're always, the small guys are always kind of in doing more than the share. But that's just what we have to deal with, and it is what it is. I mean, you just keep fighting the battle and keep doing what you got to do. But it takes a lot to put out a product and put it in every state. When I paid sales tax in every single legal state because we ship to every single legal state. There are still some states that are felonies to ship wine to, which is again absolutely ridiculous. Being an American, not being able to sell your product to another American, kind of silly, but it is the way it is.